Japan is among the most advanced countries in the world. It has a distinct culture which supports a significant set of values and traditions. Every year, millions of tourists visit Japan. Factors contributing to Japan's fame include culture, food, and natural tourist destinations. Japan, or Nihon, has a lot of unique attractions and experiences to offer to visitors, some of which can only be found in the land of the rising sun. For those interested to visit Japan, today we'll show you some amazing things which include public baths and the introvert foodie's paradise, Ichiran Ramen. Let's watch these things that cannot be seen anywhere but in Japan. But before you begin, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more amazing videos. Public baths. It would be a weird idea to enjoy a bath in public, but those who've seen Japanese anime dramas would be familiar with Japanese public bathrooms. In Japan, public baths are called sento, and their history dates back to the 6th century. However, their popularity reached the highest level during the Edo period from 1603 to 1868. Bathhouses are dual-purpose, cleaning as well as a place to relax. There are a few peculiar things related to Japanese public baths. Most of the bathhouses permit people with tattoos, but some don't. Baths are separated based on gender. You may feel conscious due to the people around, but a hot spring bath is a special place to get rid of stress. Pushing people in the subway. Did you ever wonder how many people could be placed in one metro wagon? It can be easily checked in Japan. Japanese subways have so many passengers during rush hour that there are special workers, or shiya, who push people into trains. Their goal is to squeeze in as many people as possible into a subway train. They wear white gloves and push people into a train so that the doors can be shut. It sounds so surreal that it has to be seen or felt to be believed. Cat cafes. You can find many strange cafes full of adorable cats in different parts of Japan. In addition to the thematic interior, these cafes are full of cute cats. The cats roam freely throughout the cafe and you can pat them, watch them play or sleep while you enjoy some coffee or cake. In 2004, the first cat cafe in Japan was established in Osaka. Presently, there are more than 150 cat cafes in Japan. Tokyo has over 39 cat cafes. The most important factor for the establishment of cat cafes in Tokyo, besides exorbitant rents, is extremely strict apartment rules which prohibit pets. Cat cafes in Japan are typical Starbucks, and coffee prices here are a bit more expensive. You can find a cozy environment, although you are expected to take off your shoes before entering the establishment. Funky drink flavors. Japan has an interesting selection of sodas you'd like to try, particularly Pepsi varieties. A few years ago, they introduced a salty watermelon Pepsi, which would sound like an expensive cocktail if it wasn't for the Pepsi part. The soda giant also thought Japanese consumers might enjoy ice cucumber Pepsi, introduced in 2007. It's definitely one I'd like my taste buds to experience. Then in 2011, they released Pepsi Pink, strawberry and milk-flavored beverage, which I'm guessing would taste glorious, a little like a carbonated strawberry milkshake. Another popular variety in Japan is Pepsi White, which apparently tastes like yogurt. Now, that's something you've got to taste. Koi fish in the draining canal. It's really hard to find koi fish in a drainage canal in any city in the world except in the Japanese city of Shimabara on Kyushu Island. Here, gutters are so clean that you can see colourful koi fish swimming as hundreds of them reside in a drainage canal. In 1792, an earthquake and tsunami hit the city and claimed more than 10,000 lives. However, it left behind an abundance of fresh water springs. Therefore, clean water flows freely throughout the canals in the city. Surprisingly, koi fish require very high-quality clean water for survival, and the presence of the fish here shows the high quality of the water is exceptional in these canals. Shimabara is also known as the City of Swimming Carp. Blue traffic lights. Traffic lights throughout the world have universal meanings. You would be surprised to know that traffic signals in Japan are blue. For resolving this riddle, we need to know a bit about the Japanese language. In the modern Japanese language, the word eo means blue, while the word midori means green. However, in the old Japanese, there were no separate terms for blue and green, and the word eo was used for both colors. Japan originally used green light for traffic signals, but they still use the term eo for it, which means blue. Japanese linguists objected to the use of the wrong term for the wrong color. Finally, in 1973, the government comprised and made the traffic light blue instead of green without changing the name. So in Japan, the traffic light combination is blue, yellow and red instead of the universal green, yellow and red. Square watermelons. Being a food and fruit enthusiast, you might like to try the square watermelons of Japan. While passing through the supermarket, you would find fancier little cube watermelons displayed in the produce section. You may find it weird, but square watermelons are very common in Japan, but these are much more expensive and not purchased as a routine. Their prices start from $100 and can go up. Except for the shape, square watermelons have no other difference than normal watermelons. Capsule hotels. The capsule hotels are peculiar lodging places, but claustrophobic people will probably not opt to stay here. These are compact, small, but still very cozy. These are preferred options for tourists having a low budget, but several tourists book these hotels just for the experience. Inside a capsule, one gets a mattress, a pillow, a blanket, and a bit of space for storing belongings. You'll also find controllable night lights. You would be required to buy a shower card if you're interested to take a bath. It's an affordable accommodation, as for a single person, one night rent costs around 3,000 to 4,000 yen, which roughly amounts to $30. Wine, coffee, and green tea bath. You can have a unique bathing experience in wine, coffee, and green tea at the exotic spa called the Unison Spa Resort in Japan. The liquids used for the bath are a bit unorthodox, but it offers a life experience like royalty and baths in wine which would rejuvenate your entire body. The most notable figure to undergo this unique experience include the Egyptian Queen Cleopatra. You can drink wine while bathing in wine in unison. For removing blemishes, you can undergo a sake bath, whereas for boosting your immune system, a green tea bath is the most suited. Those fond of coffee can begin their day with a blast of caffeine at unison by immersing themselves in it. One of the spa specialties for visitors is a caffeine-loaded bath with coffee brewed with water from the natural hot springs of Hakone. Bullet trains. Shinkansen, or bullet trains, is the fastest and most convenient means of traveling. However, it can be confusing to find the right direction of travel. Therefore, you need to research your route before starting a journey. Despite having a very extensive railway network, there are elaborate signs and maps everywhere for guiding travelers. The Tokaido Shinkansen, running through Tokyo, Nagoya, Kyoto and Osaka, is the most popular and the oldest route. The bullet train is a technological marvel. Shinkansen is operated by Japan Railways. The trains reach up to a speed of 330 km per hour and are famous for punctuality. There have been no fatal accidents of bullet trains in Japanese history. Recently, Japan has started testing the next generation of bullet trains called Alpha X that can attain a speed of up to 400 km an hour. However, due to safety reasons, permitted speed is 360 km per hour. Fancy toilet. Japan has a reputation for neat and clean establishments and public restrooms. Some Japanese toilets are quite fancy. In addition to cleanliness, some restrooms offer certain exceptional features such as a built-in bidet that you can control. It has a front and back stream for convenient cleaning. During freezing temperatures, you can enjoy heated seats, whereas for hotter weather, some toilets have an air-conditioned toilet rim. They also have inbuilt air deodorizers. Some fancier ones also have speakers to jam while using the toilet. They also have glow-in-the-dark options. Kawaii culture. Those who are anime fans would already be aware of what the term kawaii stands for. Kawaii culture is the culture of cuteness, and it can refer to almost anything from a person to an item. In Japan, you can witness kawaii culture in everything, even in clothing. Probably it clarifies the number of cute mascots they have. You'd also not believe how many Pikachus they have on their streets. Vending machines galore. Japan is the greatest contender for having the weirdest and most awesome vending machines. You can find limited brand drinks being offered by vending machines in most countries of the world, but in Japan you can get almost anything from vending machines. You can get ramen, ice cream, toys, grapes, cakes and also popcorn. Usually the older vending machines accept cash payments in the denominators of 10, 50, 100 and 500 yen coins, whereas newer vending machines can scan your cards and drop you a hot meal in just a few moments. You can also find vending machines that drop some onigiri spaghetti, French fries, and even a face mask. Rest assured that food delivered through these vending machines is absolutely clean, as the Japanese people are extremely conscious of cleanliness. The food expiration date is printed on its packaging. Rent a girlfriend. Japan has a wonderful rent-a-girlfriend service. You might be confused or not ready to believe. Japanese have an elaborate service where people can rent a girlfriend by paying the requisite price. A large number of companies offer this service and they have their websites for easy access. Therefore, you can browse the internet to select a girlfriend and find whether she is available for service or not. You might consider it an absurd proposition, but we assure you it is a serious industry in Japan. There are several specific conditions and requirements for those who want to be an employee of a rent-a-girlfriend company. Women with boyfriends are not permitted to apply unless they get permission from their boyfriends. They usually give preference to women who are aesthetically more pleasing. Their preferences also include women who are very good at making conversation. Although you may think these things are a bit bizarre, the rental services like this one are gradually gaining popularity in Japan. In addition, more and more tourists are also looking forward to trying the rental service as well. Perhaps it's not the only rental service that you can have in Japan. You can get a boyfriend, a friend, or even a family member on rent. You have to pay a different price for each category. Usually companies charge 6,000 yen per hour for a minimum duration of 2 hours. It's about $100. For the first time, one can usually pick who they want to take out for free. However, later on they have to pay additional charges of about 2,000 yen or about $15 to choose the one they want to take out. Lack of trash cans. Japan is famous for its cleanliness and safety. In 2021, Tokyo has been listed as one of the safest cities to live in. The list of safest cities is prepared based on the evaluation of various indicators such as personal safety, health security, infrastructure security, and many more factors. Tokyo is the ideal city to live in provided you have enough financial resources to deal with expensive rentals. While roaming around in the bustling city, you'll realize that the entire city is clean, but you fail to see a sufficient number of trash cans in most of the places. The Japanese have reduced the number of trash bins extremely due to tragic incidents including the Tokyo subway sarin gas attack, which took place on the 20th of March 1995 when the members of a cult released incredibly lethal sarin gas. In this attack, about 6,300 people were injured and many lost their lives. Gas canisters used for the attack were wrapped in plastic bags and covered by newspapers. Consequently, people were warned not to leave anything suspicious in public places. KFC for Christmas. Christmas celebrations vary throughout the world. In the USA, people like potatoes and apple pie or eggnog for dessert. People in Japan follow a long tradition of getting KFC for Christmas. Japanese preference for KFC is so substantial that about 3.6 million families purchased fried chicken from KFC. According to the story, the manager of the first KFC in the country, Takeshi Okawara, thought to sell a party barrel on Christmas Day. Since that day, it is considered a national tradition. The Christmas barrel is a bit special as besides the usual chicken and sides, the meal includes cake and wine. Bikini Jeans. What do you get when you cross jeans with a bikini? The Bikini Jeans. This provocative hybrid of bikini and ultra-low-rise jeans is produced in Brazil, but finds its market mostly in Japan. If you'd like to set a new fashion trend in your neighborhood, give it a try. Ichiran Ramen. In Japan, people consider sushi and ramen as the number one things. People all around the world also seem to like this food. The main foundation of good ramen is a good broth. Most Japanese restaurants give priority to preparing delicious soup by adding different ingredients depending on the taste they're aiming for, like pork bones, shellfish, beef bones, fish, or vegetables. It's ensured that the bowl is exploding with flavor. Ichiran Ramen is believed to be special because if you're an introvert who wants to enjoy dinner alone without being judged, then Ichiran Ramen restaurant will be your number one choice. In Ichiran, you can sit alone at a partition table where you don't need to give routine orders. Rather, you get a pen and paper to customize the ramen according to your preferences. You get hot water by your table, and they also give you hot green tea. School uniform. Like other students in the world, Japanese students get ready every day for going to school. They have to pay special attention to their dress so they don't look odd. Do you think they can put on any attire they wish? A big no, ladies and gentlemen. Students in Japan are bound to wear a specific uniform known as seifuku. They have to put on the school uniform, which comprises sailor-style shorts with jackets or pants with jackets for boys. At times, white shirt, tie, white socks, shoes and other accessories are made part of uniform. Students wearing seifuku look very elegant and smart. However, their liberty to choose attire of their liking is greatly restricted and they may not feel happy about this. Interestingly, requirement of putting on compulsory uniform and specific uniform items does not stop here. At certain places, they have to wear even underwear of specific colors. They sound a little bit extra, don't you think? Well, beyond the dress, students are required to adhere to particular instructions related to physical appearance as well. Certain aspects may further curtail their freedom, as they can't wear accessories or ornaments, have specific hairstyles, no dyeing of hair is permitted, etc. They're supposed to have jet black hair. Some schools compel the students to adopt a specifically uniform hairstyle, to the extent that everyone has to have perfect black straight hair with no dye used. This rule becomes quite cumbersome for the students who possess hair with light colors and need to apply dye for turning their hair black. In some other schools, they may be required to prove that the light hair color and curly hairs are natural. Japanese students can breathe a sigh of relief, as these stringent rules are being objected and pointed out by the concerned people. Therefore, they may have hope to get relaxation or complete change of these rules. But a matter of real concern and disappointment remains: the agony suffered by the students who were expelled from the school for violating these rules. Resultantly, they faced loss of esteem in society and went through trauma. We hope you enjoyed learning these eerie things about Japan and the Japanese culture. Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.